Hey, what's going on, guys? Gamble2185 here. Today I want to talk about tobacco addiction and withdrawal. It's something that I have been facing for over, I guess, the last 150 days. I quit back in May, and it's been interesting to say the least. I used Frost Camel Snus, which is a spitless, smokeless tobacco. Quite addictive, and was my poison of choice for, I guess, 5 years. I did smoke for 5 years before that, so I've been addicted to nicotine for almost 11 years. Switched from straight up cigarettes to snus, and I used snus for 5 years. Let's just talk about what it does to your mouth. It definitely did wear away, I guess, receding gum line on the part of the gum that I used it the most. And that's permanent. That's never coming back. I'm hoping it's not too bad to the point where I'll have tooth loss. The tooth that it was sitting by feels pretty strong. I think I'm good. I mean, it was 5 years as opposed to 20. But anyway, let's talk about with the withdrawal and the length of that. The first week was definitely hellish. The fog hit me like a ton of bricks. I am a pizza delivery guy and a cook at a restaurant, and it really made delivering pizzas extremely difficult and dangerous. My brain just was not able to stay focused on the road. You know, I'd see something, I'd want to follow it. Just dangerous. That lasted about 9 days. After that, we got into just the anxiety, which lasted for quite a while. I would say roughly 120 to 130 days. Definitely peaked, I would say, around the 100-day mark, which for me that seemed to be a little too long. I did research. I got on a website called killthecan.org, and it definitely helped out. I didn't post roll call like I was supposed to, but I did. I read the stories and stuff like that. So it definitely helped to have that support group available. But I want to talk about the timeline of the anxiety as well as the mouth ulcers. Anxiety lasted a long time, and it varied in its intensity. From time to time, it felt like I was dying of cancer or having stomach cancer. All these signs of trouble in my mind meant that I had cancer and that I was dying in one way, shape, or form. And knock on wood, that was not true. I hope that I don't have any cancer. The first couple of weeks after you quit, your stomach goes through changes. You have abdominal pain that lasts for a week or more, and that was scary. I read that it was common, but it was scary for the first few days when you're not expecting it. The mouth ulcers are a whole new story. Now, for me, I had mouth ulcers continuously for up to 125 days and off and on. And I think, honestly, and of course I am not an expert by any way, shape, or form, I think a lot of it has to do with the anxiety level and stress. Because the anxiety caused stress, which in turn caused the mouth ulcers. And of course the mouth ulcers, every time I'd get one, I'd freak out. And it was just, I don't know, it was scary. Not something I want to go through again, but it's been very, very hard. And I want to talk about the anxiety. I'm almost here at my house. I'm gonna have to cut this short, but that was the almost anxiety attacks that I was dealing with. The worst part about the tobacco withdrawal was just the underlying anxiety, where you're not really panicking, or you're not really freaking out, but just everything seems off, and it's your reality is altered, And the best way I can explain it is that you just, well, actually I can't really explain it. It's just, you don't feel normal. Everything about everything, whether it's driving or playing games or playing with your daughter or working, it just doesn't feel right. And that lasted off and on, about 125 days for me. And, I've made this video a few times and deleted it because it came back, and I really hope it's over. Every time it's come back, it's been less intense. That feeling of just weirdness, got a little bit less intrusive. But that has been my experience with tobacco. The urge to actually use tobacco was nowhere near as bad as the side effects of the withdrawal. But that was my experience. Would not wish it upon anyone. However, I wish it upon anyone that is using tobacco, because it is terrible. Terrible, terrible. It's going to kill you. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's hard. The hardest thing I've ever done, but it's worth it. You owe it to yourself and your family to try to get healthy, because you never know what's going to happen. You may be in a situation where that tobacco is not available, and then you have to suffer through 125 days of hell without tobacco available. And, I don't know. It's just not been fun. And I'm going to end this video. I know I'm starting to ramble on, but try to quit, one day at a time, and stay strong.